What's good, everybody? Welcome to another exciting episode of Full Circle. I'm your host, as always, Harmon Jr. Please feel free to find me at Harmon Jr. on all your favorite social media, especially that Twitter. And also, that's the name of my website, so you can do that too. It's pretty fun. As always, everyone, you know what the deal is, bro. You know what the deal is. We got 3 topics. I say 3 topics, but we talk about whatever, because you know what I'm saying? We do what we want. We in the streets. Ain't nobody tell us what to do on this show. But I got another special guest for y'all. It's my boy. This is my boy for real. You know, sometimes I be saying that, but I just be saying that to sound cool. Like, you know, we tight, but honestly, I ain't never met the person. You know, we talked on Twitter like twice. But this is my boy. I'm talking about, we done been to Germany for Gamescom. We done been to Los Angeles for E3. We done been to some PAXs. We done had some drunken nights. And by we, I mean my boy done had some drunken nights. Y'all give it up for my homie, Carlos. How are you doing today, sir?
Hey. Yo, what an introduction, man. I got to tell you. And you forgot the part where you left me behind in Germany, drunk and on the floor with no phone or anything.
For the record, people, I did not leave him behind. I was like, man, it's late. I'm gonna walk back to the spot. Man, what you doing?
Man, I didn't see you. I didn't see you until like 2 days later.
Man, that was all of him. Carlos was like, nah, bro, open bar. He was like, nah, I'm going. I'm staying till they tell us we can't stay no more. And I'm like, man, I was tired. We had work in the morning.
Man, but you know what? So we've been to PAXs. We've been to Gamescom. We've been to all these places. We are always the life of the party.
Always.
And that is a testament to you, my friend, because we attract the energy. We attract the folks.
Yeah, you're right. But Carlos, real quick, just in case people don't know, who are you and what do you do?
I prefer to be that person, actually. No one knows. He's in the gaming industry. No one knows. I'm Carlos Ovalle, and I like how you successfully avoided saying that last name. That's good on you. Good job. I'm a film reviewer for But Why Though podcast.com. That is, of course, shout out to Kate Sanchez, who is just probably one of the best EICs I've ever worked with and just ever came in contact with. So shout out to her, shout out to the rest of the team. And we do everything from film reviews to anime reviews. I know you into that. Gaming reviews, manga reviews. Heck, we even review board games, bro. Like, it's whatever. Ooh, so yeah. And of course TV shows as well. So yeah, and before that I was with the Game Fanatics, rolling with you and the rest of the gang. So yeah, it's been a wonderful time. Met some great people, and now I'm just focused on reviewing movies. So exciting.
Oh man, we got a fancy man, a connoisseur. You know what I'm saying? He prefers wine over beer. I don't know if
I'm a critic, bro.
It's a critic. Oh, excuse me. But
I'm about to review this podcast.
Oh man,
that's right.
Oh man, hold on. Let me turn on the production lights and all that. But thank you, Carlos, for joining us today, because we are going to be talking about the Switch OLED. Yes, it's come out, people. It is beautiful and all these amazing things, but only in handheld mode. But I'll rant about that later. And other things like these crazy consoles revisions we're getting. Xbox has started down a just slew of custom consoles and stuff. And we still over here with just a white, bland-ass PS5.
Yo, it really starting to look like a tuxedo now, man. After a few months, you're really starting to look like a suit.
It really is. But before that, people, we're going to be talking about game piracy, because it's in the forefront again. If you didn't know, Metro Dress running on PC, looking crisp. You know what I'm saying? Pristine. All that good stuff. And it's brought up this discourse again about game piracy, game legacy, and all that jibber jabber. We're going to get into that in our opinions. But before that, and also this is kind of related, we're going to talk about the GTA Trilogy Remastered. If you've been under a rock, they've been talking about this for about 2-3 months, or the dawn of time. They're like, oh, they're going to remake, GT3 and Vice City and San Andreas. They're going to remake it. Well, Rockstar's like, you know what? We are. Shut up. So we finally got the remake. And Carlos, the thing about this remake, before we talk about like how great it is and cool it'll be, you know, Rockstar went and basically removed all copies of GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas from like Steam, from like from the mods. It's like they just took it down everywhere. They're like, if you have not bought a copy of that game, you want a copy, and it's like basically more or less original form, you better do it right now because they are not playing with y'all.
And you know they would. You know they wouldn't do that. You know? I mean, Rockstar's been getting away with a lot of things for the past like 10 years. I mean, how many times have we bought GTA 5? I know for a fact I've bought it twice.
I bought it on PS3
twice. And on PC, yeah. So they got us right in their pockets, man. They know exactly what you know. However, I don't know about the price though, and we could get into that a little bit later about what they're thinking of charging for these 3 games. I don't know, man.
See, here's the thing. Like, game conservation is important, and I believe that's something, the game industry needs to figure out, because it's like, I don't want to have to hunt down. Okay, I don't throw away my consoles. Like, I have my Game Boy and all that stuff. So, 9 times out of 10, if I got the game, I got the system. And if I don't got the game, I will have the system to play the game on. I got to go find it from God knows where. Hopefully not $1,000 on eBay. So, I'm straight. But, that's not true for a lot of people. Some people are born after the year 2000. Some stuff you can't control. And I'm like, remasters are cool and stuff, like, but it's still not the same thing as playing the original game, which I think is important. Like, when the Master Chief Collection came out, they had the mode where you could play Halo like it originally came out, and then you could play the remaster version. And I'm like, that's dope. I feel like every remaster should do that.
With the touch of a button, too.
What? Huh?
With the touch of a button, too.
Oh, yeah, with a touch of, that was wild. Now, I know every studio can't do that, but I feel like if you, like, at least include the original game, because, it's just data. It's just data that you have somewhere. Like, the Crash Trilogy should just have, like, do you want to play this in the upgraded or the original? And, you probably won't be able to swap between the two, because, that's just wild when they did that. If you can, go for it. But, because, there's certain things, like, I never played the original Mass Effect. I played the trilogy, but I understand there's things that I miss out on by not playing that original. Just some, like, it's like, it's like history. It's like, you get to see what it was truly like, the grind and stuff. And some of it's bad, some of it's good. But my thing is, don't deprive the people of an original experience. Like, Rockstar, like, unless you're gonna include like an OG mode, like, because I mean, I don't know about you, playing Grand Theft Auto 3 feels iconic. Like, you remember it in its blocky goodness.
I remember being told I wasn't allowed to play it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's part of the nostalgia, right? That's part of the mystique around GTA 3. And Vice City, for that matter, is the fact that they were like forbidden games for us kids. I remember for Christmas I got GTA 3.
Ooh.
And while everyone else moved on already, they're playing like they're halfway through San Andreas, and I'm here. I'm like, I just got GTA 3, guys. Here we go. I see what this is all about. So yeah, it goes along with that, like how you said, it's like that first experience, that first time experience is very important.
Yeah, I remember for me, I was the case of, there's always that friend whose parents don't care. Not that they don't care, but they don't really pay attention to what they're playing. They'll get them wherever. Or, their family relatives. So I had the, oh crap, you have GTA 3, let me play. And, they're like halfway through the game, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just dying. and I remember thinking like I remember playing GTA 3 for the first time, and I remember thinking the shooting and the blood and stuff, it was so basic that it didn't even look bad. It looked funny. But I remember running over people. I was like, oh my God, I've never seen such violence before. Just by running somebody over.
And the music, the music was always uncut. Like you heard every rap song, every lyric, and it was just like the game treated you like an adult, So
yeah, I mean, it was.
Unfortunately, our parents did not agree with that. They did not agree with.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely groundbreaking. So
yeah.
So now with Rockstar's decision to basically pull it, because okay, here's my thing, Carlos. Why would you pull a game that's already up on the store? Like, if GTA 5 has taught you anything, people will rebuy the game. People will rebuy.
Yeah, Skyrim is a great example of that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and that's another game I'm guilty of buying, a bunch of times. I bought it on Switch. Did you buy it on Switch?
Bro, why would
Skyrim?
No, I'm gonna do that to
I bought
myself.
it. Yo, I haven't even played it on the Switch. I have it. I just got it.
Bro, I downloaded Apex on the Switch and was like, bro, this come on now. I was like, I mean, it's cool that you have the option, but I was like, bro, this is trash. Like, I love the Switch. But like, dear God.
Yo, I bought it because it's like a mini Skyrim. Like the case is like it's cute, man. It's like a little ass Skyrim. A little, it's cool.
Bro, the collectibles will get you every time.
You got that right. But with this whole Rockstar thing, apparently like even the physical versions aren't going to be available that soon, right?
Yeah,
that's weird.
That's weird, bro. Like that's just okay. It's like I personally like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like we don't know what they have planned, yada yada yada. But at some point, it's like, bro, this is just sketchy. Like you are not striking confidence in me, bro. Unless this is about to be the ultimate GTA, like where it's like you get the updated where it looks like GTA 6. It looks better than GTA 5. No, I'm saying like it looks better. Like it looks graphically, it looks like the next Grand Theft Auto, but it's it's those three. And it comes with like the flashback OG Switch where you can like go back and it's reasonably priced. But I'm like, I highly doubt that. Like I really highly doubt that.
Well, think about like what they could possibly enhance for like I guess they can enhance the loading times. I guess they can enhance the character models. The gameplay, like how can you enhance the gameplay when the gameplay is already kind of trash? Like, let's be real.
See, I really think
it's gonna be.
No, I mean Rockstar has the money for ground up remakes. Resident Evil style ground up remakes, and I really feel like it has to be that. If it's anything less than that, then like we're getting screwed. Like there's no way I can think of to say it.
Oh yeah.
And
especially for that price.
Yeah, okay, so let's just say it's $60 to $70. Let's just say it's average retail price for games currently now. Do you think that's a good deal or a bad deal? All three games.
It's a horrible deal.
That's a horrible
because let me tell you what.
All right.
You brought up this game earlier. And can you see it?
Yeah, Mass Effect. Legendary
Mass Effect.
Edition.
Right. They barely did anything with the first game, but the next two they did a really good job with updating it and making it run 60 frames per second. And this game is $40. And it runs on next gen consoles. So they're charging another $20 for three old ass games. I don't know, my brother. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know.
What if it's not an up-res? What if it's a full from the ground up remake?
But it's not going to happen because if it's coming out as soon as it's coming out, no way they kept that as a secret, right? There's no way, right?
I mean, has it been a secret though?
I mean, like, all right. So how are you defining like full? Like, are you talking about like Demon Souls type stuff, or Master Chief type stuff?
I'm talking Demon
Souls. So like almost.
Like I said, like the Resident Evil remakes, like how Resident Evil 2 remake is just it might as well be a new game. That's
exactly right. Like like they did some artistic differences also, like as they updated it. But no, I think it's gonna be bare bones, man. I think it's gonna be 60 frames per second, 4K,
just up-resed,
1080p on the Xbox Series S, and that's that. And we gotta take it. That's it. 60 bones. There you go.
60.
Check out the wallet.
I mean, I'm okay. I don't feel if it's 60 bones, I ain't tripping. Like I want to experience those games. Like I'm be honest. I know it's not popular opinion. I won't be tripping. Only because they have sold GTA 5 at full price for all these years and people keep buying it. From a financial standpoint, they have no reason not to. And that's on us. Not me specifically or you because we're smart, but all those other people who couldn't stop buying the game.
You're right. Unfortunately, you're right.
But
I
with
hate that
that,
you're right.
but with that said, though, the whole game preservation side of this argument is it's like, see, this is why it's important to own physical things, but there's a big caveat to that. Like some of these games, even if you own it, like okay, for example, my PlayStation 2 is damn near dead. Like if I play on my PlayStation 2 for more than like an hour and a half, it slowly dims. Like the screen gets blacker and blacker, and it just fades out. And so I'm like, even with some things, even if you have the system and stuff, the hardware just might be too old. And especially since, some of these things can't play older games, depending on what PS3 model you got and stuff. It's like, all right, I'm all about physical media, but even that could get too old at some point. And so for people who have it on like Steam and stuff, because that's what always scares me. So like, okay, they take it down the store, but they can also block the code where the game just doesn't work. And I'm like, that's just for lack of a better term, that's just a BA move. If you don't know what BA stands for, you'll figure it out.
Word. But I mean, I gotta say, like it is time though for these games to be reintroduced to, it's time. It's time because we're in this new generation, and to your point earlier, there's a whole new generation out there that has never played these games, and they may have heard of the history of these games, but they never got to play like the seminal ones, the ones that lay the groundwork for where we are today. So I agree with you. Like game preservation is a big deal, and I think that especially it's even more justified when there's a longer period of time, between the original release and now. And this game fits that bill. I just don't think it fits a $60 bill. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. $40. Yo, let me bring this up one more time. $40, man. Come on, son.
I mean, that's a good ass argument. I can't. Legendary Edition is $40. It's amazing. I mean, that's still cheaper than when the games originally came out. Those games were $50. Yeah, they were $50. Yeah, so that.
Bravo.
Man, so Nintendo is weird because they always somehow manage to do everything wrong, but the most important thing is right. I feel like Xbox and PlayStation should be like Nintendo. They should have a virtual console. They should, like, Nintendo has the virtual NES, the virtual Super Nintendo, and now we're getting the virtual 64. Everybody lost their minds, just went crazy. I'm like, that's easy money, bro. You charge. I mean, people say PS Now is that, but I'm like, it's really not.
No.
Like PS Now, like I ain't trying to crap on PS Now, but it is not, to me at least, it is not what it should be. PlayStation should be like, PS Now is, here's your PS1 classics, but like the full, to a reasonable extent, the full library. I mean, there was literal hundreds of titles, so I mean, it wouldn't be every PlayStation 1 game ever made. I get that.
Yeah.
But all the important ones. Then you have the PS2 virtual console. Then you have the PS3 virtual console, and PS4 is still new, so you can play PS4 guys. So you don't need a PS4 virtual console. And Xbox, okay, I ain't gonna lie, like Xbox don't need it because, bro, the original Xbox library is what, Halo, and the games you already had on PlayStation 2.
Conquer.
Yeah, so so with Game Pass, I think Xbox is good with Game Pass because they came in late. Their library don't go that deep. You know what I'm saying? There's no 1990 Xbox games that you remember playing. There's no 2001 Xbox game you remember playing. Xbox didn't get on the scene until like 04, 05, something like that.
Yeah, and there's a ton of goodwill with Game Pass and what they've been doing, and people have been seeing this thing grow, over time. And your previous guest, Janet Garcia, said on your show that it's sort of, PS Now has lost its luster. Like it's lost, like it's almost too late to grab you. And I agree with her. Like I feel like whatever they have to do is going to have to take a massive revamping. It can't just be like, hey, look, we're adding newer games at a faster rate, or we're lowering the price. No, that doesn't even interest people anymore. It certainly doesn't interest me. Yeah. So they're going to have to do a complete revamping. But then again, Nintendo isn't really doing that with N64. All they're doing is just charging you more. for
Yeah. I
their
mean,
monthly.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying, but I'm saying Nintendo's is bare bones, but they're giving the people what they want. They're just like, here are the games. It's just here they are
Yeah.
in their original form. Like, hey, that's what I mean. How Nintendo manages to do most things wrong, but the most important things right. Because you wouldn't even like. I don't know the legality, but all you have to do is just like, here they are. Just here they are. Play them. Don't. Because as long as people have the option, I've learned in life, it doesn't matter if people do it or not. It's all about having the option. Cause I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna play maybe I don't think GoldenEye was announced, but assuming GoldenEye, I'll play like GoldenEye, Mario 64. There's only realistically like 2 to 5 at most 64 games that I would really legit play. The rest of them be like, I'll play for like 30 minutes just for the good old feels and then never touch it again. But the thing
play for the novelty, right?
Yeah. But the thing is, those 2 to 5 games is gonna be different for every person. My 2 to 5 might be different from this person's 2 to 5, different from this person's 2 to 5. The ones you love, the ones you missed. You're gonna play like the 2 you love, the 1 you missed, maybe if it's playable. But the thing is, just knowing that it's there, just knowing that I could wake up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna play Diddy Kong Racing, and I ain't gotta go find my 64. I ain't gotta hook it up to no 4K TV. I just boot my Switch. You know what I'm saying? Boom, we there.
And it'll run at the same resolution as if you were to actually just plug in your old N64.
Yeah, I that's enduring. I'm okay with that because again, you want that, like
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a classic car. When you got like a 1969 Impala, you're not expecting it to run like no Tesla. You wanna hear them pistons. You wanna feel that metal on your door. It's the same thing. Man. It's the same thing. I mean, yeah, I could be in a 2021 whatever the hell, but I'm in the 69 Impala because I want to feel a 69 Impala.
How do you feel about the controller?
Oh, bro, that's dope. That is dope. Very
smart.
I incorrectly said I wish the other studios. I wish the other the big 3 did this. But I was like, okay, no, that's dumb because the PlayStation controller is basically it's more or less the same thing.
Yeah.
So in the Xbox controller, no one needs to go back to the original Xbox controller. Like that's a no. That's a on that one. But yeah, the wireless 64 controller and Genesis controller, genius, bro. Genius.
I agree. And it's like you presume that it works for other games, right? Is that where we're going with this? Like it's not just to play those emulated N64 games. You could play like the new Pokemon game with that thing, right? I don't know why you would want to, but you can.
Bro, that thought never even crossed my mind. You got my mind spinning.
I mean, if it plugs in, if it, if it works, sure, should work.
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty sure it'll be like, as long as the game doesn't have like excessive motion controls, I guess you'll probably be fine.
See, that's the thing also, right? And no HD Rumble. Unless there is HD Rumble. Do we know that?
Okay, the original 64, you could have Rumble if you had the Rumble pack. I feel like this thing should Rumble.
It might not. I think they might go for the authentic feel. Hollow.
I guess I'll say. Oh, but I will say this: it was a power move when they doubled down. It was like, man, you get the Sega, the virtual Sega console. I was like, damn, Nintendo, okay.
It makes you wonder what's next.
Yeah, man. Again, if PlayStation just went like, look, here's just a PlayStation virtual console. Don't try nothing fancy. Don't try to be Game Pass. Just literally be like, here are the games. Here they are. Boom. Done deal. We out.
I think, but the problem with that, dude, is just that, like, just the legal stuff behind that stuff, man. Like, because they had so many licensed properties and so many like games and titles from studios that are now debunked, but those IPs are owned by like major corporations now. So like, I don't know if they would be cool, if PlayStation Virtual Console had like Croc in there and like Crash, the old Crash games, like for free? No way.
I mean, not for free. I mean, you got to subscribe to PS Now.
Plus?
I don't know. You make it. You pay some money, you get the games. Okay, I
All
mean,
right.
okay. So I mean, look at it like this. So you're not gonna have to fight for the Final Fantasy games. That should be an easy, cut and dry deal with Square Enix. Boom. 7 through 15 or whatever. All of them.
Hey, Game Pass has it.
Oh, see,
They got them all. They got them all.
Damn, all the more reason they could. You shouldn't have a problem with the Resident Evil games. You shouldn't have all them. Okay, you shouldn't have a problem with the Uncharted games. You shouldn't have a problem like Jack and. You shouldn't have a problem with anything that's like Naughty Dog. Anything that's like Sucker Punch. And all those. Because I mean, let's be real. Most of the games people want to play that's classic PlayStation are those titles. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So yeah. I mean, you might get things. You might get things like Spider-Man 2 might not be on there because that might be too much.
But Ape Escape.
Yeah, Ape Escape. Yeah. So
Ape Escape should
let me put it like this: you do what you can, right? And if it takes off, you could probably negotiate more.
Yeah, but it's like you said about Nintendo, man. They seem to find a way always. Like if they slip, they fall, but they land on their feet somehow. Yeah. And these other two publishers, these other two platform holders, they fall. Sometimes they fall really hard.
Sometimes they fall hard.
Nintendo's light on their feet, man.
Bro, they are, bro.
That's the problem.
What's the old saying? It's not hard you can hit. It's not hard you can get hit and keep going. That's Nintendo right there. They're like, bro, I'm still in it. I ain't going down. But this all leads to basically our next topic, which is game piracy. Because Kotaku wrote an article that people went wild about that people are playing Metroid Dread on PC and it looks amazing and yada yada yada. People are like, Kotaku, they got some slack, which they shouldn't have got, because in my opinion, this is not a new story. Like, people were playing Breath of the Wild, in damn near 4K. Any good Nintendo game has been modded on PC to have like the world's best graphics. Just, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
So
Heck, I played Demon Souls pirated on PC before the remake, and I ran it at 4K, almost 100 frames per second.
You're like, no shame.
I see the argument. Yeah. Although advertising it like they did, because let's be real, like putting that article out there, like how they did it, it's almost like advertising piracy in a weird way, because their influence is wide reaching. It's like guys, come on, you got to be smarter about that.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel you, and so I always think it's interesting. So me personally, I don't pirate games in the sense that because I love games and like since I want to be in the industry, it feels wrong to a certain degree. I don't knock anyone who does it because I can't be on no high horse, because I'm that way with games, but like movies and other forms of entertainment, I'm like, psh, psh, psh.
Find those shady websites.
Let me hit that link real quick. That
ad blocker.
Like I tried to watch Invincible on Amazon, and like I used my buddy's Prime account. And it's like, oh, you need Amazon Prime and something. I was like, bro, nope. Yo, I tried. I tried.
Yeah.
Let me up all 8 episodes. Cool, bet. Do. But I feel like with games, it's an interesting dichotomy, because unlike other medium, sometimes piracy is the legit only way to experience some games. Like if you didn't play this game when it originally came out, that
Demon
was
Souls.
It.
Yeah. Demon Souls prior to the remake, if you didn't have a PS3, which not everyone does or had, it's that was the only way, and it was kind of like the best way to play that game too. So sometimes it does call for it. Like if they don't make a concerted effort to re-release these games for the massive audience, then you have no choice but to find it elsewhere.
Yeah, it used to trip me out, like when people would like stream Game Boy games. I'm like, on what? Like, how are you plugging your Game Boy Advance up to a computer? And I'm like, I gotcha.
Yeah, and plus there's a whole underbelly of really talented developers in the piracy world, that are doing things, that are remixing games, that are adding new content. How many Pokemon games back in the day that you played that were not Pokemon, like original games? Like Pokemon, like Pokemon, like some weird ass name that they had.
I never
Like, remember,
played. I never played any
I
of
think I
the
played Pokemon
Pirates.
Green. I think I played Pokemon Green back in the day.
I never played any of the Pokemon Piracy games because they were like, okay, at
They were
least back in the
terrible.
day, they were terrible. Like, I'm pretty sure now, but back in those days, it wasn't what it was. They were just, or like those knockoff Pokemon games where it's like, it's not Pokemon, but it's Pokemon. But like, yeah,
Yo,
but
Pokemon Amber was my jam
hey, there you go. I think that was a real
back in
one.
the day.
And so I guess now, okay, so there's two sides of this coin. With specifically to Metroid Dread, it's like I'm not gonna pirate a game. One because my PC ain't all that. Like it's just not like it's good enough, but it ain't good to be pirating games because I'm probably not gonna get the full scope of what I need. But I'm not gonna pirate a game that I can readily buy. That's just me personally. Like if I wanted to play, Ratchet and Clank, I'm just gonna go buy it on PS5. I'm not gonna pirate it. If someone does, that's whatever.
There's no need. I mean, like unless you like live in Brazil, where their games are like $100 a pop, there's really no need for like newer games or more recent games.
Yeah.
Like it's only for those that are hard to find, that their platforms no longer are being sold. So it's like, yeah, go ahead. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah. So like, if it's like,
Yeah.
like if it's something current and stuff, like, nah, I'm not gonna pirate it.
Yeah.
Also, like, I'm always scared because with pirated games, you always run that risk that it's gonna get corrupted, taken down, or something at some point. And I'm just like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna invest 100 hours in a game that may be unplayable at some point. You can miss me with that. But
Word.
but also, this
Word.
always brings up the conversation, which always confuses me. Okay, so everyone knows these pirated games exist, like especially for old ones. No, we know, the game company knows, everyone knows.
Yeah.
And clearly, because they only put up, the takedowns when they're about to make a new version or something related to it. And I'm just like, ooh, excuse me. If these game companies know and let them exist until they're about to do something with it, why don't they just do it? That's the part that always confused me.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's all business tactics, man. At the end of the day, it's business. It's not like some kind of romanticized thing that's going on within the industry. It's like, they're in a boardroom meeting, and they look at the chart, and they say, all right, so this game was popular at this time. All right, there's newer games that are very popular that are literally in that same genre. Why don't we just bring that one back? Like that's usually how it works. So I wouldn't romanticize it as you are. I think it's
Man, bro, I'm a romantic, bro. Man, what's wrong with the man? Man, look at me. I make love to my pro controller, bro. Man, see, man, you don't love your games, bro. I can tell, man. You don't love your game.
Yo, you know what? I do love my Vita, and the Vita had a renaissance with piracy and like you got one, right, a Vita?
I've never actually owned.
Is it modded?
No,
Yeah, because you can mod it.
Yeah, I've never owned the Vita. Yeah, I know the Renaissance. They put basically every PlayStation 1, 2, and some of the 3 games on there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, and it's like it's pretty cool. It's pretty darn cool, and it's easy to do. Which is back to your point, where it's like, all right, I don't have the PC that's capable of running a PS3 emulator, but the Vita can, and the Vita is a beast at playing those PS1 games. It's a beast.
Oh man, no, I definitely believe it. Cause there's some games like people know, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm a big Klonoa fan. Like I love Klonoa, and I swear to you, bro, like people are like, I want to play that game. I'm like, bro, you not. Like you just not. Like you just not. Like bro, if you find a copy of Klonoa 1, if you find a copy of Klonoa 2, let me know. I'll give you the $500 for that. But
damn.
And for me, I never owned it. I just rented it for like a weekend, and so I had to go back to Blockbuster or Hollywood or wherever I got it from. And believe me, I've tried to find that game. It's not like a game where like, oh, it's like $1,000 billion. Like it just don't exist. People just don't got it.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's
You
at.
know what it reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of Gravity Rush. Gravity Rush on PS4, the physical copy, is virtually impossible to find. And every once in a while, it comes out like on GameStop or on GameFly for like an absurd price, like $60 for what it is. And it's like whoa, and it's gone in seconds. It's gone in seconds. For whatever reason, like that game is just really hard to find. But it's not like Xenoblade Chronicles, right? Where it's like, it comes out like every half moon in GameStop. you gotta show up when the right guy's working and shit.
Yeah.
It's those games are just hard to find.
Yeah.
And Klonoa is one of those.
And it's funny because you would think, oh, it's hard to find because it costs a lot. It's like, no, it's like people. It was a gem. It was unknown, and apparently just no one. I'm just like, where did these copies go?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, man. So it's always interesting, and I guess we're at a point now where game conservation shouldn't be an issue. Anything, I feel like anything PS4 and up definitely shouldn't be an issue. Maybe PS3, but we entered this weird issue of like kind of like who owns the game. Like you were saying, like when you were saying we're talking about the PlayStation. It's like Banjo-Kazooie. It's not that the people don't. Well, we could play Banjo-Kazooie now, but for a long time, since Rare was owned by Microsoft, it was just stuck in this weird ass limbo. And it's because no one could have the foresight that these games were going to be like in people's hearts for until the end of time. And I just think it's weird how all these games now are just owned by the most random of people.
Bro, that's the thing. Like, when Banjo-Kazooie was announced, was revealed for Smash, there's a lot of people, including myself, that thought, did Nintendo just straight up just acquired like the IP? Like, is it theirs now? Because it's like, and to your point, it's like that's an IP has been dormant. Quite frankly, still is, right? I mean, come on, it's not.
We're not getting no Banjo 3.
Yeah, it's like it's still kind of dead. So it's a shame, man, because it's that game. It's like I said earlier, Ape Escape is another game that's like it's in limbo, and it's
GoldenEye. With GoldenEye, I don't even know what GoldenEye is like, because we know who owned. Like, it's just like, okay, you're talking about business. This is the problem I get from business. If someone's just like, bro, if we just release a remake of GoldenEye or just it in its pure form, it's gonna sell. Like, people will come out in waves. So I'm like, why don't you do it? Like, even be lazy with it. Don't even update it, nothing. Like, boom, it everywhere it's sucked in, it sucks the same way now. Have at it.
Woo! Here we go. I think for that game in particular, it's in those rare. It's in a rare situation where it's like different entities own different parts of the IP, right? Mm-hmm. The gaming side, the movie rights, the novels, all that stuff. Like, and when that happens, when there's not that synergy, right, it becomes a lot more difficult to please everybody, because now you gotta please your stakeholders first. And that's the problem.
Mate, you know what's gonna happen? Eventually, Disney is gonna acquire Sony and Xbox, not Nintendo. Nintendo could probably fight them off, but Disney's gonna
not us.
So Xbox or Sony, someone's gonna get acquired by Disney, and then once it does, we're gonna be like, Disney's gonna be like, what? We own the world. We own the rights to everything. It's gonna be like, here's Disney Plus gaming. And it's gonna be like,
whoa, whoa,
bro! It's gonna be insane.
That's not that out there, dude.
It's not, bro. Cause I'm telling you, like, they're gonna be like, Street Fighter. Yeah, we own Capcom, and yeah, we own them. We own everybody. It's all everything. Anything that's not Nintendo first party, PlayStation Studios, or what was Microsoft called their first party studios? Did they have a name for it? All the studios they acquired?
No, they don't have no fancy ass name. It's
just stuff we own.
Yeah. Shopping list. That's what they call it.
But
But
Bungie
yo,
and 343, anything that's not that, anything that's a third party, just is gonna be
yeah.
owned by Disney. EA, 2K, Take Two, not Bethesda. Microsoft came in and swooped that up. Naughty Dog, all that's just gonna be under Disney's gaming umbrella, and they're just gonna be like every game which will be cool because then I'll be like, oh, cool, I can play the original Jack and Daxter and Sly Cooper and Klonoa because they own Capcom and 80 versions of Street Fighter 2.
Yo, you know what? Disney came out back in the day. We're talking 90s, yo. They came out with some banging ass games,
They
bro.
did, bro.
Tarzan, bro.
Bro,
Aladdin.
Oh,
Aladdin, yo.
bro, Lion King. They were hard as hell too.
They were leading the charge, man, in like platforming adventure games.
They really did, bro. They didn't suck. That was the crazy part about it. They were legit good games.
Hell yeah, and true to the source material, and like even their shitty movies had good games.
Dang,
so it's
man.
like they were just good developers, man.
Man, you know what? This is gonna be like.
For some reason.
They're gonna be like, you know what? Square Enix is now SquareSoft. We're kicking them to the curb and becoming Disney Interactive again.
Yeah. Oh, so it's just gonna revert everyone back to the original original
Yeah,
roots.
bro. Everybody's defusing. Just none of that. Bro, how crazy would that be if Square Enix was like, we're now SquareSoft and Disney Interactive separate?
That'd be weird.
Bro, my mind, I was like, what is going to happen to Kingdom Hearts?
That's your main concern in this scenario.
I mean, not my main concern.
Is what's gonna happen?
Not my
Kingdom
main
Hearts.
concern, but it would be what bro.
There's a lot of people right now that are listening to this podcast and are like, damn, I guess we really are never gonna get Final Fantasy VII Remake 2. Damn, it's over.
Oh man, bro, man, I don't want to even talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I'm like, that's just, bro, man. Okay, as great as Final Fantasy VII Remake is, it's a great game. I do not like that style of remake because it is basically just it is like a fan fiction of the source material. Like the main beats are there, but you can't play it and be like, oh, now I see why people like, nah, bro, this is a, I don't even know what.
Like I guess the game falls into two categories, right? One is the group of people that, like you said, are like, oh, so this is what the hype is about. This is cool. Whatever. Oh, Cloud, whatever. And then there's the other group of people that are seeing it through a lens of like, oh, this is actually a sequel. And then you go through that whole rabbit hole, right? Like I'm sure you go on YouTube and see the references and how 7 Remake is actually a sequel to 7 in some weird, strange, and ambiguous way. But like, I'm not gonna bog down this podcast with that talk. Just look up some 7 Remake theories and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty crazy, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I will argue that if you want to play Final Fantasy VII, like if you want to see what that was, you have to play, the original.
The original for sure.
But
yeah,
I'm gonna say something spicy.
Oh snap!
Like Final Fantasy VII, the original is one of those games you had to play when it first came out. Because it is doo-doo butter to play now. Like if you've never played the original and you're trying to play it now, it is garbage. It did not age well. People think I'm crazy. No, Final Fantasy VII did not age well in any way, shape, or form. Not at all. It is a grind in the worst way of that word. Like you can't. The graphics are trash. Like now, I'll be looking up like, bro, what is this? What am I? Like, bro, I got lost in a dungeon once because I didn't know the door was a door. Like, I was like, oh, I just thought that was part of the wall. My bad.
I mean, you're kind of right. I mean, even for the time, the character models were a little like, yo, I thought we were past this. Like, even then, even in 97 or 98 when the game came out. So I get what you mean. And the random battles, that to me has not aged well at all. But I think that characters, the music. I think that there's enough there to for someone new to, like, especially if they're into JRPGs and they never played 7. Yeah, they'll have a blast. But you gotta give them that warning, right? You gotta give them that warning, like, yo, it looks like ass, and it plays kind of weird, but stick with it because the story's good and the characters and music is just chef's kiss. So,
I mean,
yeah,
that's fair. But,
yeah, and then play the remake, but do not play the remake before the original. That's the rule of the day.
Yeah, like you can't play the remake and then try to play you'll be hella confused, just lost, just like I remember playing a remake and I'm like, thank God I played 7 before this because
yeah,
it might as well be like a Final Fantasy that's not 7 at all. It might as well just be like Final Fantasy 17 plus. We're not at 17 yet.
Yeah.
No, not yet.
No, 16.
Yeah. But
who knows when that's coming?
Man, who knows, man. But speaking of all this, man, let's talk about some happy stuff. Like the Switch OLED, which came out. I don't have. First off, people, I'm about to crap on this, but I don't have one because I couldn't justify the shelling out that money because I don't play my Switch in handheld mode. Rarely. Like I'm like 80-20, 80% dock, 20% handheld.
Depends on the game, for me.
You know that's fair because I will say this: Pokemon's getting ready to come out, and the remake.
That's a handheld game.
Yeah, that's a handheld game. But it's like, bro, it looks spicy though. It looks good. I ain't gonna lie. Like that's a nice looking console.
It's a happy day. I've seen so many pictures of people unboxing there because as this podcast is coming out, people are getting them. It's been shipped, so it's finally here, and like you said, it looks man nice. It looks, especially that white, the white one, bro. Ooh. Damn, man.
Ooh.
But like, I have an OLED screen. I have my OLED TV, and it's like it's 55 inches for a reason, bro. Like I do not want to watch OLED content on a 5.2 inch screen. Like I'm sorry, it's not. Like my iPhone has an OLED screen. It's like, dude, it's like we've been there, done that. It's not worth the change. Like if you own a Switch right now, I cannot recommend getting the OLED.
Bro, same, bro. Okay, so here's my thing. Here's my thing. We didn't get the Super Switch. Okay, I'm not gonna beat that horse anymore. But it's like, okay, if you came with the OLED screen and you could make Apex not look like ass, I'm like, worth it. For all y'all go YouTube if you're listening. Go YouTube Apex on Switch. Like I'm not even joking. It is embarrassingly bad. It's like
it looks like Borderlands.
Bro, like I kid you
it's
not.
A different game.
I'll give you a tactic for Apex on Switch. Go somewhere with a lot of dirty texture, like a good brown dirt, and crotch, and don't move. I kid you not. No one will ever find you.
The game forgets that you're there. The game forgets that you're there. Like it'll like you'll survive the wave.
Yeah,
you're good.
Yeah, and, I'm just gonna wait. My next Switch, I'm gonna wait for like the legit, like, I mean, Switch probably won't go 4K, but the legit 1080p. It'll probably scale somewhere between 1080p. It'll be better than 1080p, but still not 4K. I don't know what that would fall under. I'll wait for that Switch. I'll wait for
900p.
I guess so. I don't know. Maybe it could be. Maybe we'll get a 4K Switch because PS5 and Xbox will be doing 8K and teraflops and all that stuff.
The teraflops. But listen, man. If they're gonna go down that route, then their games have to go down that route. Like they have to look better.
Oh yeah, no, they do.
Like Bayonetta 3 has to look better than it does right now.
Oh no, bro.
And we're gonna cop it. Don't worry. But damn, son.
Bro, I was looking at Bayonetta 3 and I was like, bro, this shit look like it's on the Wii. Like no cap. like straight.
Come on,
bro.
Man.
Bayonetta 3 looked like that was running on the Wii. I will die on that hill. Like everybody was hyping that game, and I was like, I'm gonna be that guy.
I
gotta
heard
be
comments
I
like
gotta be
that. Like it does not look that bad. It does not
Nah,
look
bro,
that bad. Come
bro,
on, come on.
that might as well be the Wii, bro.
Come on.
And you know me, I rock with Nintendo. I rock with Nintendo heavy. But at some
Hey,
point,
what was that game? Yo, but Platinum Game. Here's the awkward part. Platinum Games released a game, Astral Chain, right?
yeah.
That kind of looks better than
No, Astral Chain does not look bad. Like, you know,
it looks better than Bayonetta 3, I think.
It does. It's definitely that.
That's crazy.
But
That's crazy.
But you know, Nintendo's always OG with the console revisions and consoles looking good. But bro, let's talk about Xbox, y'all. If y'all didn't know, so you know how Xbox got the master. Okay, so I think the Series S looks better than the X, just base models. I wish the X came built like the S, but anyway, you know, but then they released the Master Chief Series X, and I was like, yo, that's spicy. I can mess with that. But bro, now they got this SpongeBob, which is funny because they're both square rectangle, and this Super Mutant Ninja Turtles Xbox Series, and bro, they are fire. Like I thought they looked stupid, but the more I looked at them, they are straight.
Oh, it's fire.
Fire.
It's fire. Even the controllers decked out in SpongeBob swag. I mean, and it just looks like you sort of think about all right, like the Halo one looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool, but the SpongeBob just looks sick, man. It just looks. That's the one you want, right?
Yeah, because that would stand out. That would like people go in your house and be like, "Yo, what's that?"
Yo, because it looks like and plus he has his arms like this, like a box and shit. Like he's like yo, it looks super neat, man. It doesn't even look like a console.
Yeah, not at all.
Like
it just
cool
looks like
SpongeBob thing.
Yeah, so and it's cool because out of you know Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo, I would say Microsoft was probably the most bland with their consoles. Like, you know, they all just kind of look. They were either black and white or just something like the Halo ones usually, you know, went all out, but anything outside that was you know par for the course. And so now I'm like, bro, I want this to keep happening. I'm actually happy I've yet to buy a Series X. I'm like, bro, there's gonna be that one, like, bro, like I don't know what they could put on it that would make me be like, I'm done, I'm out. Like, it probably wouldn't be an Xbox franchise at this point since they're going into like cartoons and stuff. But bro, but this takes me back to the PS5, bro. We talked about this a long time ago on the show. Bro, all we got is the one design, and is there Spider-Man PS5? Or am I making that up?
Nah, it's no Spider-Man PS5.
Oh, okay, I'm making that up.
Hell no.
So okay, my thing was
the closest thing to a Spider-Man PS5 is this thing right here. That's about it.
Bro,
that's the closest you're gonna get right now.
I was like, okay, the PS5 ain't coming out, but apparently I was like, the way people are customizing, I was like, maybe they made the things removable so you could customize it, and I thought they're gonna come out with plates, but they soothe people who start customizing it. They're like, we're not coming out with plates. So I'm like, bro, why y'all doing this to us, bro? Like,
they are removable though. They are removable.
Yeah, so I'm like, you made them removable for what? For
no
reason?
Them, yeah. Yeah, it's baffling to be honest, especially how customizable PS5 seems to be. Like, it's a lot of moving parts that you know that you can remove and put back and all that stuff. So it's weird. Like, it's strange. And we didn't get these new controllers until like later, like much later. And it's like, and who knows when the next wave will be. So yeah, like if anything, if they are gonna do this for the PS5, the Slim is probably gonna be the one that looks the best, to be honest. Because I don't know, if, like, how are you gonna accommodate that bump? You know, that sexy bump that the PS5 has. Like, imagine, like a pregnant Spider-Man. Like, come on, man.
You wildin', bro. Man, you know what, man? You know, Sony better thank God their first party exclusives were good, because they lacking. They lacking in every other category. Man, y'all, you know what? So I'm going to say, Sony, you have been lacking in everything that's not games. And yeah, that's stupid to say, because you're like, it's a game console. The game should be number one. Yeah, they should, but at the same time, other stuff matters. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you want your mate to be pretty, but they need to be like smart too. You know what I'm saying? They need the other stuff. You can't just be smart.
Yeah.
And not pretty and not smart. And I'm using pretty as a subjective sense, you know, pretty to you. You know, you like I need something else. Like,
look, do you think the PS5 is ugly? I'm gonna have to look at it. I'm gonna have to check. I'm gonna have to check.
It's
Hold up.
well, it's like, from certain angles, it's all right. You know what I'm saying? It's like a dating profile. It's like, certain angles, you're looking straight.
Look, say what you will, but when it's in rest mode and you turn on the lights, that thing looks sick.
Oh yeah, the little glow.
It looks sick, man. At night, it looks sick.
Yeah, I like if you can change that orange glow to like different colors, or if you're like rotated colors.
Oh man,
ooh,
that RGB type shit.
Man, I feel like that could be fixed with like a firmware update.
Yeah, but they ain't doing that, man. Sony's not gonna do that shit.
Man, Sony, why you lacking, bro? I'm giving you free knowledge, bro. You're not Nintendo. Nintendo gets passes because they do other cool stuff, but you lacking on the PS now. You lacking on the customization. You lacking on the colors.
Custom themes,
bro.
Xbox has them.
I forgot about themes, bro. PS4 themes were so fire, and now we don't have them at all. Lacking.
Hashtag lacking,
bro. I'm writing a end of the year article right now in my head. The top 5, maybe 10 things the PS5 lacking on.
Damn. Senator Herman Holst at Herman Holst.
Right.
Yeah, like it. I definitely agree with you. Like they have to step it up, and like it's not just the custom themes, but also the console itself. Like, there's no way this thing is gonna stay how it looks, right?
I doubt
it. For the next 5 years, come on. There's no way.
I mean, how many revisions did the PS4 go through from like original PS4 to like?
Not many, but at least we had like some dope ass ones, like that Spider-Man PS4 one. Yo.
Yeah, no. I mean, just even base model from like PS4
crazy.
to PS4 Slim to PS4 Pro to PS4.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Sony is slow, so we gotta deal with that. We gotta deal with that.
That is true, bro. I'm not.
It is what it is.
Like, original model PS3, which is good because it's backward compatible with PS2 games, so that's a good reason why it's fat. But when they did the original remodel of PS3, I'm like, bro, y'all were lacking. How you gonna give us this initial launch and then 2 years later show us this beautiful machine?
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Hashtag lacking.
Hashtag lacking. There it is. At Herman Holst, don't forget.
Yeah, I got you.
At Jim Ryan.
Well, Carlos, for people who want to at you, where can the folks at home keep up with you, at you, and see what you be up to these days? See all your content.
You can find me. Twitter is where I mostly lurk. Actually, that's not true. I lurk at other places, but I truly lurk on those places. Twitter is where I'm most active. You can find me at Carloso Plays. So Carlos O and then Plays. So that's my Twitter handle. And you can find me just talk about From Software stuff mostly. So, hashtag Bloodborne 2. Let's go. Or Bloodborne remake, remaster, something. That should be the topic of the show. There we go. Hashtag lack. There you go.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting for it, bro.
Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna gas you up. He is a From Software guy. When we're at Gamescom, from like we said earlier, bro, we got not backstage, but private media access to Sekiro, and this guy did not want to like he was just like, man, just leave me here. Forget the rest of the show.
Yo. They hated me, man. I got on the line twice. I got 2 shirts out of that. Like oh man,
this man's over here like, I'm at the first boss, I'm waxing him, and I'm like, bro, I can't get past the first 2 guards. What you talking about? Boss?
You were so out of that room. I didn't even see you like inside the room. Basically, like I didn't see you till like I left the room. I'm like, this guy played like 2 seconds. This
bro, I know where my skill sets are. It is not in those type of games. I was like, bro, I died like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I'm straight.
And you got the tap on the shoulder. Sir. It's time to get up.
Yeah, they were like, man, we gotta get this. Like, it was like, bro, your partner been gone for like a minute. He basically walked in.
I don't know him. I'm not with this guy.
Bro, I basically walked in, touched the controller, grabbed the shirt, and bounced.
You got the shirt. Yeah, you got the shirt, and it was over. It's a big ass shirt too.
Yeah, it was nice, man. Game shows usually have some nice quality shirts. No lie.
Yeah, but it was too damn big, man. It was like Triple X, man.
Man, it's all good, man.
Couldn't wear that shit.
You know what I'm saying? I put on that COVID weight, so I'm like, yeah, I need some that fits. but
Damn,
people,
dude.
thank you for joining us. You know, what's up? Since I can't.
On that note,
I'm trying to.
On that note, let's go.
But no, thank y'all for joining me. I'm Odo Harmon Jr. You can find me at Odo Harmon Jr. You can find us, the podcast, at FC Podcast 23 on Twitter. There's a Patreon, FC Productions. You want to throw some cash my way? You know what I'm saying? You know, you could be like these cool people: Gabriel Garcia, Rachel Coleman, Beck Rice, Ryan Frazier, Gabriel Cleveland. Also, if you donate any amount of money, you are free to be a guest on the show. It doesn't have to be a recurring payment. One time you want to be on the show, drop $1. You could be an instant guest on the show. It's something I like to do for anyone who supports the growth of this channel. You could be a part of the channel. You know what I'm saying? Pass it on to you. But remember, you can like, share, subscribe, and leave a review for free 99. So I encourage you to do that if you haven't already. Free 99, bro. You can't beat that. You can't beat that. But Carlos, thank you again for joining me. This was a good time reminiscing and going down.
Absolutely.
So make sure you check out his content. And, you know, he's an NYC guy, in case y'all didn't know. So, you know, that's where he be lurking.
Lurking. So, of course, Odell, come through again. Come through. We miss you.
Definitely. I'll do that. But until next time, people, y'all have a great week and be blessed. Peace.